Are you serious? Are you serious, guys? Well, we're in a torrential downpour here in Florida, but that's not bad. It's hell in Haiti. There's no doubt about that. At least 200 now bodies have been confirmed dead, and that death toll is going to rise, rise, and rise as there's two cities have been severely damaged. Let me tell you what's going on in Haiti in just a moment. But first, www.ketowithpaul.com. That's www.ketowithpaul.com. Many people struggling to lose weight out there, but noticeably more so after the age of 20. This is a part because of, well, after 20, our body's metabolism slows way down by as much as 4% each decade. This is why I highly recommend ketowithpaul.com. That's ketowithpaul.com. This product helped me, it really did help me just as much losing weight as I would if I were on a keto diet. It actually does, but without having to go through the drastic, carb counting and all the other stuff. You would just automatically, it speeds up the metabolism and it curbs the appetite and helps you to really get all the ingredients and all of the vitamins and everything you need if you were already on a keto diet. It's much more easier to do, much more easier to manage. Go right now to www.ketowithpaul.com. That's www.keto, not keto. That was Keto Kalin, wasn't it? In the OJ trial? I mean, keto. www.keto.com. Keto. www.ketowithpaul.com. Okay. Sorry about that. Hell in Haiti. All right. There's no question about it. Hell in Haiti. Let me give you an update on what's happening. This is awful. Strong, powerful 7.2 earthquake, a megaquake, rocks Haiti and parts of the Caribbean islands and region. This 7.2 megaquake severely has damaged at least two cities, killing, we don't know how many. The death toll up to 200 right now, but many people are buried in the rubble of collapsed buildings. Well, this is the same fault line as the earthquake of 7.0 that hit in 2010, which killed 220,000 people and injured 300,000. Now, we don't think the death toll is going to be anywhere near that number, but it certainly is significant. And according to reports, this 7.2 megaquake violently shook Haiti this morning, a devastating blow to an already impoverished country reeling from the presidential assassination that happened on July 7th. Still trying to recover from the disastrous earthquake from 11 years ago. And the quake overwhelmed the hospitals. It has flattened buildings. It has trapped people under the rubble in two cities in the western part of the country's southern peninsula. A top civil protection coordinating organization said the death toll is right now at 225, and that was just about 10 minutes ago. The streets are filled with screaming, and an Episcopalian church, one of the affected cities, people are searching for loved ones or resources and medical help and water. The biggest problem, water. The disaster could hardly have come at a worse time for the nation of 11 million people, which have been in the throes of a political crisis since Presidential Moise was assassinated on July 7th. And the unresolved assassination, a leadership vacuum, severe poverty, systematic gang violence in parts of Haiti has left the government dysfunctional and really ill prepared for a natural calamity, especially when it is barely able to control its country without this. Much of the initial information about the quake came via social media postings and phone calls because of the severely damaged traveling to the affected areas, the lack of power, and of course the internet also being knocked out, power being knocked out. It's chaos, it's calamity, it's catastrophe, it's cataclysmic, it's apocalyptic. It has happened to Haiti. Hell in Haiti. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. They need our prayers like never before. They really, really do. And what worries me is Samantha Power, the former UN ambassador under Barack Obama, is the administrator of the United States Agency for International Development. Oh, boy. That's the last thing we need. And she's the main provider of American foreign aid. She said in a Twitter post, we're moving urgently to respond. I pray she is. I really do. Well, let me tell you what else is happening. If you go to the earthquake map, I'll update you since the quake hit. Now, we all know we had a 6.9 earthquake in the Aleutian Island areas of Alaska, and the quakes just keep coming up there. And then it wasn't long, a 7.2 hit Haiti. Since then, 5.2 Haiti, 4.2 Alaska, 4.1 earthquake in Haiti, 4.4 Haiti, 4.5 Tonga, 4.2 Haiti, 4.6 Haiti, 4.6, 4.2 Haiti, 5.1 the South Sandwich Islands, which had a 7.4 3 days ago. Now that one's shaken. 4.6, 4.2 Haiti, 3.5 Alaska, 5.1 Haiti, 2.8 Alaska, 4.6 the Philippines. What's significant there? A week ago, the Philippines had a 7.1. Now that's reawakened with aftershock. So the earth is literally shaking and quaking, and the devil's back is breaking. My mind is aching, folks. We're not faking here. This is an apocalyptic moment. And then 4.6 Philippines, as I said, 5.2 Haiti. Then Bluff City, Kansas, 3.0. Then we had a 5.0 in the Antarctic Ridge, 5.1 Haiti, 5.1 South Sandwich Islands again, 5.0 Indonesia, 4.1 Alaska, 5.2 South Sandwich Islands, and we just had a 5.1 in Argentina. It's the places that we're most concerned about in the last week, where we had an 8.2 a month ago in Alaska. Alaska now got a 6.9. Where we had a 7.1 in the Philippines, they just got hit with a 5.6. Where we had a 7.4 in South Sandwich Islands, they've been hit with a 5.2. And of course, Haiti is shaking and quaking. Seriously, it's hell in Haiti. Our prayers are going out to these folks. It is not good. It is not good at all. Now, we did a webinar 3 months ago, Climate Chaos. Many of you were able to get a ticket to this and watch this. It was a tremendously informative webinar on the coming climate chaos, and including, of course, mega quakes and situations that would break, and not just that, but the atmospheric compression, the poles shifting, the volcanoes erupting, the tsunamis that are coming, and the sun that is exploding, and planet X that's on its way that seems to be shaking the heavens and affecting all of the universe. Get this. If you don't have it, get it now. Go to my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's paulbegleyprophecy.com. There's another webinar we did last year, Mega Quake 2020. You may have remembered that. What a webinar. And it predicted that this very moment would be here today, that we would be seeing mega quakes over 7, boom, 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 and 8. We've had 3 quakes now, over 8 this year already, and we're only in August. So we are way ahead of schedule on the mega quakes and earthquakes of significance. So you might want to get that webinar. It was called Mega Quake 2020. I don't have one here with me, but Mega Quake 2020 was a great conference. You may want that one as well, so that you can get fully up to speed with the information, very relevant within the last 12 months, that came forward by great speakers to help you understand what the Bible is saying about earthquakes. And I've talked about it many times. I even did a television show one time called The 7 Prophetic Earthquakes. It's a great, great show. I put it on television a couple times. Probably need to bring it back. We are in the end times, guys. We are in the last days. We're at the apocalypse. We're in the moment when most people need to understand something biblical is going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. Is this the end of the age? Is this the end of the world, as Jesus said? Is this the biblical signs that's bringing us to the rapture of the church? How close are we? Are you saved? Are you born again? Are you ready to go? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?